Hey buddy, so the new feature of Visual Studio .NET, and that feature is a file. That file is .editorconfig file. So that has solved a lot of problems. Why this new feature? Why Visual Studio? How? Whenever you write a code, you send your code for a peer review, right? To your senior, to your subordinates maybe, or maybe your colleague. Now the challenge is the peer reviewers spend a lot of time. Hey, can you please use where instead of this? Hey, can you please remove extra spaces? Can you please uh, do Pascal case, do camel case, right? Can you do braces after the if and else conditions? So a lot of very basic things that sometime your peer reviewers spend time on your code. Right now, with this feature, which is .editorconfig file, if you introduce this file in your Visual Studio, in your project, at the root, right, at the root of your project, that will solve your problem. Now let's say there are three developers. Okay, developer A write a code if, and then say the braces, and then they say ABC, whatever they wanted to write. Now there is a second developer, they say if, and they don't add braces, right, and they start writing the next line. Now there's a third developer, let's say they write if, and the braces that they add, they do not add that in a new line, they just add that braces right after the if, without entering to the new line. Now if you look at the logic, C# don't complain about that, right? All these three syntaxes are totally fine, there's no issue with that. But when you work in a code, you wanted to make sure the other people who look at your code, they don't feel that three different developer has written this code. The impression that should go to the outer world or to the outer developer or whosoever joins your team, that this has been written by just one programmer, this is one world, not three different world. Okay, now to address all these, if you had this file configured, file introduced in your project, you don't need to worry about these problems, right? So how could you do that? So what I'm going to do now, let me show you that part. All right, so here if you see, we have .editorconfig file, right? And now this file have all the things already set up, all the codes are written. But before I talk about these, what I will do, I will go delete this file, yeah, remove this file, and then I wanted to add that file. Now for that you need to add this file on the root level. Okay, now let's say this is my console application. What I will do, over here I will go to add, and you see a new editor config file. So you just click over there. Oh, it's saying already there. Okay, I have that. Okay, that's fine. I will remove that as well. Now, so I had duplicate files. For some reason I added that, but I don't need those two. I just need one. So I will add on the root level. So I will say right click, add, and the very last option is new editor config file. As soon as I add that, if you see all the magic, all these standards are already there. So indent size should be 4, indent style is space, tab it should be 4, right? So all those rules are there. Yeah, so these are the basic rule, the standard practice that every developer should follow. Yeah, so this will make sure every developer A, B, C, they are not writing their way of coding style, they are writing the rules that was defined by this rule book. So consider .editorconfig file as a rule book where your team lead, your architect, or a senior guy has set up some rule by the Microsoft, and every developer needs to follow the same rule, so that can make easy the life easy for everyone, your life, your colleague developer life, your senior life, and the one who is going to review your code, or the person who is going to join your team as a new resource. So they don't confuse which rule they need to follow. They know that every single line of code is being followed by this standard practice. So this is the magic of this file. Yeah, so all these rules are self-explanatory. So if you go over there, you will see different rules are there, right? So what, now what I will do, I will try to go to one of the class. Let's say this whole solution first. I will go to program class. I will try to add some namespace which is unused. So let's say system, okay, and let's say text. Okay, now this is unused namespace. Okay, right now in this, if you don't have this file, you will see something like this, gray out that shows, okay, this is not in used. Okay, now I'm wanted to produce it as an error. So what I will do, I need to, so right now this file is just there in the code, but it is not doing anything. You need to make it as a work. How will you do, how will you ask this file go and, align with the compile? Whenever users say, a developer say compile, you need to analyze my code. For that, if I go to ChatGPT, yeah, so in the ChatGPT, I have asked how to do that. So it has provided me certain solutions. So, one way you can go to your property group and add this line, or you can go to enable the warning and say, I will add at the very end, and I will say, add anything as a warning if I'm not following the rule. Okay. Okay, for ID 005, for those things add as a warning, which is diagnostic, and then diagnostic ID 05 severity add as an error as well. Okay, so let's see which thing it has add as a warning and which thing it has it add as a error. So I will save it. Now if I go to my program class, you see before it was gray out. As soon I have added these 2 lines, it started crying and it's saying that it is unused. You should remove that, right? So that is the magic of this. So now every developer has to follow the same coding standards, right? Same principles. So even if you look at the error list, it is showing this as an error, right? So that means whatever the rule is which is applied here in the .editorconfig file, as soon you add these lines, that will get triggered as soon you say build, or even when you are writing the code, it will not allow you. So there are naming styles, there are symbol specifications, naming rules, what rules you need to follow. Yeah, then you have wrapping preference, right? You have space preference, how that space should look like, right? There's an indent preference as well, how that indent should look like in the braces. Okay, now let's look at, there are a lot of things, new line preference, using, you see that one that we just look at, if there was anything unused namespaces. So those sort of things you need to remove. So there are a lot of things, how that block should look like, the anything should start with the braces, because some developer could write their code without braces, right? So that should start with the braces. So there are a lot of things. Okay, so now I hope you enjoyed this video, right? You like this. If you wanted to get more content like this, please do subscribe this channel. Okay, that's all for today's video. I will see you in the next video.